We're with Keith Bolsen, and he is with Connor Marketing, SILOSTOP oxygen barrier, but that's not really your job, is it, Keith?
No, my job is, I think, going around the U.S. helping dairy producers and feedlot people with their silage program, general silage management. I spent 32 years at Kansas State University from 71 to 03, leading the forage and silage research program there, and through that program we have some areas of opportunity, we think, for the dairy industry, working with their silage contractors and in improving their silage programs.
What do you think some of the top of the list improvements, what are the needs out there right now? Well,
I think we can summarize the needs with 4 or 5 bullet points. Density, packing density, effective sealing, face management issues, removal issues, silage is perishable. We have surface spoilage. We want that surface spoilage to be kept out of the ration. And safety is a huge issue. Here we're supporting the SILOSTOP effort at the show. SILOSTOP is an oxygen barrier film that came to the U.S. in 2003 to protect the surface of our bunkers and piles from oxygen and basically remove completely the surface spoilage that a lot of people have to contend with.
Why is it so important to remove those?
Well, if you look at our corn silage industry in the U.S., the last 2 years, we've put up about 112 million tons of corn silage in the U.S. If 82 to 84% of that is in bunkers and piles, then the average depth of a bunker pile is 13 or 14 feet. We've got about 15 to 18 million tons of silage annually that's within the top 3 feet. It's within very close proximity to air, and so this oxygen barrier film allows us to cut the losses in that outer 3 feet by 50 to 75% over the traditional methods of sealing bunkers and piles.
What's the proper, what's the application to this, or how easy is it to put something like that together?
Well, if we're going to put together a silage program and we want to have a safe program, we want to have a single-digit shrink loss. In other words, recover 90+% of what we ensile. SILOSTOP and the oxygen barrier film allows us to reduce that shrink in total on the average bunker pile here in California by probably 3 to 5 percentage units. However, it's a team approach. And so we have to put all of the pieces of the puzzle in place. It begins with a team meeting with our dairyman, our nutritionist, his silage contractor, and working on those bullet points of density and sealing and face management, eliminating the surface spoilage completely, getting rid of it. And then safety is a huge issue. And we have had a safety program at Kansas State in our on our website. Here at the show, Connor Marketing has a safety exhibit here, and there's really safety and efficiency go hand in hand, and so bunkers and piles that are not safe are not efficient, and so safety helps us achieve our goal of retaining more of those nutrients that we grow and harvest.
We have some examples here. Maybe we could pan and take a look at exactly what is here at this booth. First off, can you describe this? What is this all about?
Well, what we have here is what we call a fairly typical drive-on pile, where let's say there might be a space limitation or a perceived space limitation, and we don't have bunker walls, so we have a pile. It starts out drive over so that you can drive your packing vehicle in every direction, but because of the space limitation, we start to go up, and now it becomes a drive-on pile where we're just pushing feed up and trying to compact downward. And you see these steep sides, it becomes dangerous from the standpoint of tractor rollovers. These steep sides have a low density, so we end up with a lot of surface spoilage on these sides. Now, contrast this one with what we call the proper drive-over pile over here, where we have a 30-degree slope on the sides, and that allows us to get good downward pressure for compaction. It's also much easier to seal because you have a side that your employees can work on, and you notice the pea gravel bags. Those are actually sandbags filled with pea gravel, and that's a strategically placed weight. And so this oxygen barrier film doesn't have UV light protection. And so what we do is put the oxygen barrier film on the surface first, and then we cover that with the traditional black on white plastic, and then you strategically place the weight. And so this is a much more efficient, much safer system than what we're looking at here. There's two perceived disadvantages of the proper drive over pile. We have more surface area, but our oxygen barrier film takes care of that. And then, of course, it takes a larger footprint on the dairy or feedlot as opposed to a dangerous, inefficient pile. So I think it's a nice contrast. This is fairly typical. Here's where we're trying to get people to go as they look to their 3 to 5 year silage program.
All right, more information through SILOSTOP. I'm sure they can do a search or the website, silostop.com, I don't know.
or they can get most of our silage technical information off of the Kansas State University Silage Team website as well. So just go to Kansas State University and go to the Animal Science Department, and you can find our silage website.
Great. Keith Bolsen, thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you.